Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 8th of July 2021. This is a series where we go over the Shrine of Secrets in Dead by Daylight. There are 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. We go over what they do, how they work, how the perk changes as you tear it up, what characters they come with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on which ones I think you should buy with your iridescent shards. Pardon me, sorry about that. The second I started talking, I really wanted to cough. So, this is the series where we go to the Shrine of Secrets. There's now a daily one for a couple of weeks because of the event going on, instead of every Wednesday. So, that is why I am basically not torturing myself. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it, but, you know, I'm putting myself through it for you guys. I know the game's not in a great state right now, but I'm doing this so that, you know, you can all still see what the shrine is, you know, despite the game maybe not being the best it's been, you know. We're just going to get started. First of all, we have Alert, which is a Feng Min perk, and this one, again, I think this is an underrated perk. I don't see people using this at all, but it is great. Basically, when the killer performs a break action, so that's kicking a gen, kicking a pallet, or breaking a breakable wall, the killer's aura is revealed to you for 3 seconds, which a tier 2 is 4 seconds and tier 3 is 5 seconds. I mean, for solo queue especially, this is great, because it's good to know if they're like in a chase, or, you know, you can I mean, obviously you can't really tell if they're kicking a gen or not. You can tell if they're kicking a breakable wall sometimes, but it's just good map information. You know, 5 seconds is, you know, decent if you're sat on a gen, or if you're in a chase and the killer is breaking pallet, you can use the few extra seconds after they've kicked it to see what direction they're going, so you can use that. You know, again, there's not really much to say about this one, just because, like, solo queue, it's great. Probably not in a team, because you can just have your teammate, you know, if they're getting chased, obviously you know where the killer is, but solo queue, my god, this is great. So, I really don't know what else to say. It's short, it's simple, and it's really good. It's great, I love that perk. Next up we have Iron Will, which is a Jake perk. Once again, this one doesn't have a lot to say about it, but basically, why do I say basically when I'm about to describe a perk? I did that yesterday as well. Okay, whatever. Grunts of pain caused by injuries are reduced by 50%. A tier 2 is 75%, and tier 3 is 100%. This is hilarious actually, because I forgot to tweet about this, but there was a PTB yesterday, which is starting, it's going to go on for, you know, however long it goes on for. And it turns out that when Strider came out in the, Strider came out in the Shrine the other day, and I was like, oh, because it counts as Iron Will, because Iron Will only silences grunts of pain and not the breathing of grunts of pain. They've now done it in this update, so Strider now doesn't do that, so which means Strider does not counter this perk anymore. So I find it very interesting that they brought this perk out in the Shrine after it just got buffed. And now, you know, spirit mains everywhere are going to be depressed now, because now Strider is useless against Iron Will, which I just find hilarious and crazy, and it's just funny seeing all the people shitting on it who are obviously just all playing spirit. But honestly, oh my god, it's just, I forgot to tweet about it, but I was losing my mind. There's so many people like, oh my god, Spirit Strider phase is dead. Right, okay. But well, steering away from that, well, before we steer away from it, yeah, so this perk is now great against Spirit, because Striders now no longer pick it up. But basically, you know, it's good anyway to have your Grunts of Pain silenced, because that's, again, makes for good stealth plays. If you're hiding around a corner or something, around a tree, you know, they can't use your your breathing or your Grunts of Pain to track you. And it's just good because it means you can just stay injured for a while. I'm one of those people where I don't really bring medkits and just items at all into my matches, really. So I spend a lot of time injured in my games. So it's good to just be able to get on with gens or totems or something. Not have to worry about, like, being injured. Because it's like, well, yeah, I can go down in one hit, but at least I'm not making noise and drawing attention to myself, you know. It's just a nice little thing to have. This is really good on, like, loud survivors. I use this on Zarina, Feng, Jeff. So, you know, again, this is great on everyone, but especially, like, again, like Yun Jin and all those people who have really fucking loud voices. It's great. Next up we have Phantophobia, or Phanatophobia, depending how you want to say it, which is a nurse perk, and this one got changed a few times. Oh my god, did I just voice break? Oh my god, okay. Well, this one has it so for each injured, dying or hook survivor, all survivors receive a penalty of 4% to a maximum of 16% to repair, sabotage and totem cleansing speeds. In tier 2 that's 4.5% and then 18%, and tier 3 it's 5% and then 20%. So basically every time someone's injured that stacks, and then so that means if everyone is injured then everyone will be 20% slower at doing gens, sabotaging and totem cleansing, which again 20% penalty to like gen repairing especially is like, that's pretty crazy. That's quite substantial, especially if you're doing gens with someone else, which isn't likely because if you're with someone else chances are you're just going to heal, you know, you might as well. But man, that can be really crippling. This is especially good on Legion. It's very infamous on Legion. I'm probably one of the only people who does not use this perk on Legion, because Legion just can injure people really easily. I guess you could use it on Plague as well. As Plague being one of our main killers, I've never actually used this perk on it. I always just use Blood Echo, so I wouldn't know, but I assume it is as well, because again, she can get people injured just as easily. Other than that, I mean, I guess it's good on like other killers if you've got nothing else, I would say, which sounds a bit harsh, but like, again, I don't know, I just rather use Sloppy Butcher really. I would use this over Dying Light though. Although Dying Light I think does go to a higher percentage if you get enough hooks, but I don't know about that. But yeah, anyway, yeah, you know, it's pretty good. Again, 20% repair and sabotage and whatever. Sabotaging as well, that could make for some plays if they're trying to sabo a hook, you know, or if they're not like a sabo build, but if they're just trying to like break a hook so you can't hook them, they think it would take 2 seconds but it would take a bit longer, and then that might get you the hit. So that's interesting. And finally we have Thrilling Tremors, which is a Ghostface perk, and this one is great. This is one of my favourite perks. I love using this perk. After picking up a survivor, all generators not being repaired by survivors are blocked by the entity and cannot be repaired for the next 16 seconds. Affected generators are highlighted by white aura. Thrilling Tremors can only be triggered once every 100 seconds, which is 8 seconds at tier 2 and only 60 seconds at tier 3. So again, cooldown, that's pretty, 6-second cooldown, that's pretty nice. That's really not that bad. Yeah, I love this perk, and in some ways this is better than Barbecue, because Barbecue gives you points and also tells you where people specifically are. I feel like this one's a bit better because you know what gen they're working on, and it also has a little side effect of like, you know, basically stopping other gens because they can't be touched, you know, kind of like Repressed Alliance a bit. So in some ways it's a bit more practical than Barbecue because it does actually block some gens and does actually stop progress for the most part. But again, I just think it's really easy to trigger, you know, you just literally just picking someone up, you know, and you just get instant information. The only downside to this perk, I would say, is that if you're like beelining it to a hook, or if they're trying to wiggle out, or if people are taking hits, sometimes you don't have a chance to look around at what gens are blocked. So a lot of the times, the 16 seconds will be over before you hook the person, or if you do, then again you're just getting distracted in a chase or whatever. And so sometimes you'll miss the information. And again, Barbecue doesn't have a cooldown, so I guess that's a side effect of Barbecue as well. But I just think this one's a bit more practical, because again, like I said, it does actually stop generators. Barbecue just tells you where they are. But yeah, so it's good. I'm going to go over which ones I think you should buy. Alert, I would say, but Alert comes with Feng, and you know, Feng has really good beginner perks, and just, you know, yeah, okay. Yeah, she has Live and Technician, which are good beginner perks. They're okay, like, intermediate perks. But I think Alert definitely is her best one. It's just really good information for really simple. You don't have to do anything. Iron Will, I would say, again, but Jake is a free character for everyone. Jake also has Saboteur and Calm Spirit. Saboteur was on here yesterday, so I would definitely just say get Iron Will. However, like I said, I guess if you really don't want to level up Jake, you can get this. but it's probably just the best just to level up Jake, because you get other perks while you're at it. Fanna, again, Nurse has 2 other very good perks. Strider, which was on here the other day, and Nurse is Calling. So again, it's probably just worth getting that. But I will say buy Thrilling Tremors, because this perk's great. It will reward you. I use this as a substitute for Barbecue on a lot of killers. I use this on Wraith. I use this on Blight. I use this on Deathslinger, I think. So it's good to just use this if you don't have Barbecue, but don't just use it because you don't have Barbecue. I would say if you have Barbecue, use this anyway, because it's better. Don't use them together though. Don't use them together, because that'll be a bit weird, and like, you know, you might get a bit confused because they're kind of doing the same thing, and I don't know. It's probably just the best to use one or the other, but I would probably just say Thrilling Tremors, because it actually helps in the game. So guys, that's going to do it from me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.